Now, speaking of tons and tons of fun, I think we better get this G-Force run on the road. This is G-Force Any Percent by Ad129. Get us started right now.
Hello, I am Ad129, and yeah, this is G-Force. Yeah, so this game is very silly in my opinion. It is my favorite game to run as of the current moment. But yeah, we're gonna set our difficulty to easy. This is just for our safety. There's a lot of tricks that we go out of bounds, and we die a lot basically, and so we just gotta play it safe, go on easy mode. But yeah, would my commentator like to introduce themselves?
Hi, I am Doodleplex, and I just found out this is based off a movie. I just thought it was a cute game.
Oh,
Perfect.
I love that.
Awesome. So we can begin the timer in 3, 2, 1, and go. Awesome. So, this is G-Force. It's like mentioned earlier, it's based off the movie. The way I like to think about this game is I think of it as an extension to the movie. The movie explores the origins of the G-Force team, which, by the way, G-Force, basically they're a team of guinea pigs and a fly, who are trying to stop evil things from going on into the world. And so their current mission is to basically save the world from this appliance company that has gone completely rogue. And so our goal for this game and the entire plot of the movie is to stop that company. And so the movie explores how we get to that point, and then also just the post of what happens. This game, we fully explore that idea of, oh, what if these guinea pigs truly stop it? And so we go through a lot of trial and error of trying to stop this. This category, which is any percent, isn't that really well for story, because we skip a lot of story. There's a lot of glitches that save a lot of time. We'll be, after this level, which is training, which we just finished, we're already going to be seeing our first glitch, which is basically clipping out of bounds using a pipe. But yeah, every level currently has a glitch that saves a massive amount of time. And so each level has between like a 20-second to the largest time save, which is 9 minutes, which is incredible. If you compare this category, which is any percent, to the any percent glitch list, it's a hour or so difference. That's how much time these glitches save. So this is our first glitch. We backflip into that pipe. We're able to maneuver just like that. I hover here. I should land in bounds. Perfect. And then now we skipped some climbing that we would have to do. And so we're now into this area. Normally, if you go into this area normally, you would have some guards trying to make sure nothing is happening. They're not loaded. There's another out of bounds we do. Another time save we can do right there. And then now we're in this little area, and this is where we're going to be introduced to our sidekick of the game, Mooch the Fly. So we're going to get a little cutscene here, which explains who Mooch is. A fly who can slow down time, basically. Just like that.
Typical stuff.
Yeah. Another thing that Mooch can do, which is very awesome, is he has a laser attack, which can basically turn off these cameras for a brief moment. And so we're able to deactivate that camera to be able to go through that door. And his laser can also activate switches, which help us open the doors. So that was a little mini tutorial on Mooch. But yeah, this first mission, we have done all the glitches in the level, so we're basically just going to be doing everything from this point normally. And so I guess now would be a great time for talking about the story in terms of this current point. So SaberSense is a company that I was mentioning earlier, which was developed by Leonard Saber. Basically, a whole bunch of appliances. And so today is basically the launch day for these appliances to go activate. They're basically like, they act on their own, and you don't have to do anything yourself to do it. However, as this cutscene and the next cutscene we'll be skipping, we'll be explaining, they will begin to go rogue. They are going to start attacking, and it's not a good thing, and we realize that now we're in actual danger. So that's our first little twist of the story, is that, oh wow, we are now having to deal with, try to stop this company from whatever they're doing, and we have to deal with enemies such as these mice. So yep. So yeah, and then we're gonna get introduced to another enemy, my least favorite enemy sometimes, because this enemy, the food processor, has 3 variants. There are the regular poison one, which are the green ones that we just saw there. There's also an oil one, which isn't that bad, just makes you slippery, and if you use your jetpack, will just light you on fire. It's not that bad if you're just moving. And then the one that I hate the most is the glue one, because he just completely sticks you and you're just unable to move for a bit. It's kind of annoying. Thankfully, we're only running into those types like for a bit, so we'll be fine.
I'm just baffled by a food processor that lights people on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, so now we're in the second mission. Our goal right now in the story is to find a way to escape the mansion until we figure out what we can actually truly do. And so we're just trying to find the quickest exit, which will be in turn going through this complex part of the mansion. Here we have the motion sensor. This is one of the most useful... Oh, I just got hit by mice. One of the most useful enemies, because what they basically do is they activate some kind of like motion sensor based like switches. I don't know what you would really call it. You'll see when we get to that point in the run. They're really useful, and it's also a quick way to def warp if we need to do something like that. But yeah, as you can see, they are completely relentless, all these appliances. Here we're doing another out of bounds. This is currently the biggest one we have in terms of what we've seen. That skips 2 minutes, like 3 entire cutscenes that we cannot skip, and we just go straight to the end of the level. That's a very easy glitch, and it's also a decently important one. Yep, now we're into the basement. This is where we get introduced to the vending machines, or the vending kiosks. In any percent, they're actually really useful for the reason of we're going to be introduced to those data discs that we just are listening to right now. And what they basically do is they provide us upgrades to different things. And so the most useful one we'll be doing is getting some ammo upgrades for our gun, because what they do is, in addition to getting an immediate upgrade and extension to our ammo capacity, we'll get an immediate refill. So the way we'd use that is, if we're running low at a certain point or at the beginning of a level, we just go to a kiosk and just immediately get a refill. It's very convenient. So here, one out of bounds. This one's a little bit more tricky, just like that. That one was discovered in February. That's one of the most recent glitches we've discovered. And basically, the way that works is we just use that collision from that pipe to just push us out of bounds. So we do some precise platforming to get up to that little pipe and then fly to it. So yeah, these are 2 enemies we have not seen yet. Oops, sorry.
Is that a computer tower?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, we're fighting computers. And these
when
are
I said
computer
my PC
fans.
was my enemy, this is not what I meant.
Yep. So yeah, that out of bounds that we did, we actually skipped 2 of those enemy intro cutscenes, which would have been this computer and those flying alarm clocks that we saw. So we're skipping a lot of cutscenes, but it's very cool to do these out of bounds, because it's like, oh wow, we're just completely skipping a lot of this game. Perfect. That was actually awesome. I got that. Those are golden discs. They are basically entire weapon. You can buy entire weapons with that. So we really don't buy much with the golden disc. We only buy, like, I believe 2. Definitely 1, because we need a flamethrower at the end of the game. And a thing that they do is they float from the sky to the floor. And so something optimal we can do is we're able to basically land on top of it to skip that cutscene. But yeah, if our host has anything to say, this would be a great time, because this is a place where I kind of have to focus for a bit.
Oh, absolutely. So this is actually a furry friends block, because coming up we have Viewfinder, which is a lovely little puzzle game, but Viewfinder features a cat. It features a cat companion who is also very important to the story, but also just hangs around and hangs out with you. And guess what you can do? You can pet Kate the cat. So we have a new incentive open for the Viewfinder Jumpless Run to pet that cat. For every $5 donated to a maximum of $100, Mango will pet Kick the cat. So that's open right now. You can put your donations towards that immediately. !donate in chat to donate to Little Warriors and get us some cat pets. If we get just 4 pet cats, we will be at $2.4 thousand on the marathon, by the way, chat. So let's get some pets all stored up so that we can do them during Viewfinder.
Awesome. Yep. So what we just did, it might not seem very useful for now. However, if you saw, I went out of bounds with Mooch. And I just kind of destroyed that satellite that was blocking our way. The reason we do that is because this is actually a level that gets reused technically later, but we're using it now, so it's a reused level. And so what we're able to do is we're able to basically get to this area quickly and very early, but the issue is if I try to go through the normal way, it does not let us, because we need a different upgrade, which we're not really required to get. It doesn't really block us from anything. It's just one wall we can't get through. And so we apply a different glitch from a level later that in the old route, which is what I'm doing right now, to get us to the other half. And so what this whole process that I'm doing, this is also really hard, by the way. This was discovered in November of last year. This whole process skips an entire level and skips watching like this cutscene that we would have to rewatch. So this is like one of the bigger time saves. This saves like 3 minutes or something, but it's also very precise. So hopefully I can get this. This is the hardest part. So I just gotta lock in for a bit.
So since I've never seen this movie, there's a guinea pig inventor who made all these tiny little jetpacks for guinea pigs and flies?
Yeah. There we go. This should work. Yeah, so there's a character in this game. You've been hearing him. We don't see him much. His name's Ben, and he's actually the like owner of the guinea pigs, and so he basically invents all these like different tools and all these gadgets for the guinea pigs.
And for the fly?
Should be fine. And for the fly, yes.
Impressive.
Yeah. Also, we got it. Okay. That's
Very
one of the most
nice.
stressful parts of the run. Awesome. Oh, okay. So, yep, now we're into this final level of the chapter. This whole game is broken down by chapters. So the first chapter is the training level. The second chapter is the entirety of Saber's mansion. And so this is the final level of this chapter. And so what we're basically doing is we are having to hack a computer core to basically kind of get more intel onto what's really causing this, but we'll skip the cutscene, so I'll explain it now. But basically, it was more of a trap for Yanshu, who is the villain of this game. Oop. Gotta clip and bounce carefully. And so, basically, Yanshu placed that trap, so we would go in there to like quote unquote get some information about this, but it would actually just like just be a lot of appliances that would just like try to get us. But this game has a lot of story, so thankfully it doesn't get us. But yeah, so I haven't explained it yet. We've used it twice already, but you might see that number at the top left of my screen. So this is an unfortunate thing about running this game, is that we use an FPS limiter for the reason of some of these out of bounds just require you to just do it, and so lowering the FPS of the game just helps us just get into those out of bounds much easier. So the trick I saw flipping out through the box there in this level is one of them. You can do it without it, but it's much more difficult. However, some other tricks that we'll be seeing later just completely require it. They completely require it. So
That really
we have to basically just get that.
that really puts Hamster Ball into a new perspective.
Yeah. So yeah, we're done with the chapter. We're now in this transition level. We're currently in a vehicle called the RDV, or the Rapid Deploy Vehicle. Basically, we're just trying to get the heck out of here. So there's gonna be a lot of enemies in our way. Thankfully, we're just able to completely just destroy them very easily with our attachments on this RDV. But yeah, if our host has anything else to say, that would be a great time. This is just driving.
Absolutely, and I got some words from the next runner of Viewfinder that we are able to pet the cat throughout the game. So if your donations go in now, then that means we're going to get sooner cat pets for Kate. So I think Kate wants to be pet as soon as the game starts, as soon as we go ahead and hang out with him. So let's go ahead and get some donations in for that. And I'm sure chat is wondering, because this marathon is in CAD. That's $5 CAD per pet. And so we are in support of Little Warriors, which is a Canadian-based charity, and your donations are processed in Canadian dollars. But if you live in a different country, your donations will automatically be converted for you. To see a recent rate of exchange for US dollars and British pounds, you can type in !rate in chat, so you can find out what $5 per pet means for you. Yeah, !donate in the chat if you would like to contribute to the Little Warriors cause.
Yeah. So the next chapter and more next level that we're going to be doing this is where the glitch heavy is really going to be coming into effect. If you thought this game's already broken, just wait. There's way more broken glitches coming up. It's also the hardest, in my opinion, in terms of there's just the amount of glitches that we have to do in each section. It's just like, it's a lot, but it shouldn't be that bad, because I am able to easily just lock in and just get those glitches decently fast. But yeah, this is pretty much the end of the RDB section. There's two of these, so we'll be coming back to the RDB later. But yeah, the next glitch the next thing that will basically break the game open for the next level is a glitch that is kind of complicated to explain, so I'll explain it to the best that I can. But basically, the way the game kind of handles cutscenes is that if there's any like slowdown or any fast forward type of mechanics, those will transfer over no matter what. So like, the way we kind of use that to our advantage is we def warp at the end of one of those activation cutscenes, because those appliance activation cutscenes slows down the game for a bit. And so if we are able to get into a def animation at the same time it slows down, what will basically happen is we'll maintain that slowdown, and it may not seem useful. However, the slowdown is it affects everything but your momentum, which is kind of broken because your amount of time in using the jetpack is extended longer to the slowdown, but your speed isn't. And so we're just able to like make long distances very easily. You'll see it in like a quick second. This getting it at all is like the hardest part, the first part. So it's gonna take me a bit, hopefully. If I get it first try, that'd be awesome, but I am not that consistent with this one because the setup is very, very wonky, and so we'll see. But this level is about 13 to 11 minutes long, and so just being able to skip portions of it is like amazing. And so we'll see if I'm able to get the slowdown, and I'll explain the rest of this route. Okay, I clipped and bounced. That's okay. There's one specific thing I do not want to happen because I do not want to activate. Perfect, got it first try.
Nice.
That cutscene slows us down. If I clipped inbounds and activated, I would have to restart the entire level. Not ideal. If I die and not activate it, that is the ideal thing to happen, since you're just able to go back to the same place without restarting. But we're now in slow motion, so there are a couple things to talk about. First off, our mooch slowdown is actually the fastest way to like handle the slowdown. So like, you see me going into mooch very often during this because it just helps speed up the slowdown that we're currently in. But yep, we're gonna do the same out of bounds here, and then there's gonna be a precise setup I'm gonna do, just to guarantee that I make it. So there are two versions of skipping this entire level. I'm gonna be doing the easy version for today since I was doing it in practice, the hard one, and I wasn't able to get it. So just being marathon safe, I'm not gonna do that. And so the other way would be I land on this precise strip out of bounds and try to fly into the final area, which you have like very little room to do it, and so I'm not gonna attempt it. The other way, which is what I'm doing, is I load this checkpoint, load the game, and now we're out of slow motion. So yep, now we're into this. This is still technically the final thing you do in this level. You have to deactivate these monorails. However, we can completely skip this if we do the other one, but again, it's very very difficult to get it consistently sometimes, so I'm just doing the safe thing. It's always better to be safe. Yeah, I am basically going to be trying to get through these as fast as possible because this level, like I said, is very long. And so trying to do everything in a speedy fashion is very good. So yeah, that's the first monorail down, and now we're going to be going to the second monorail. We get this little cutscene, which is very interesting because normally they, if you enter through the first monorail, so like if you load this area that I'm about to go into first instead of where I did the first monorail, those fans are already spawned in, and so you don't see that cutscene. It's very weird. You see that during glitchless and 100%. It's so weird. This game is such a weird game. It is a 2009 game from Disney, so it makes sense.
We do love weirdness, so can't complain too much.
I mean, guinea pigs.
Yeah, exactly.
Guinea pigs fighting save us from bad things. I mean, it's kind of adorable.
Yeah. Honestly, like, this game is like very impressive for what it can do. Currently my resolution for the game is like 2560 to 400 and some, or 1400 something. It's like very good. My monitor can go to like 3100 something. It can go up to that. So like, it's pretty impressive, and like, it's surprisingly not that like CPU power, like it doesn't use that much CPU somehow. It's impressive.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice for a 2009 game too. I wasn't expecting it to be that old.
Yeah.
No, the fur graphics aren't even that bad.
You know, so you said like a movie that came out. I'm like, I don't remember this movie. I'm like, that movie came out earlier this year. No, in 2009. Okay.
Yeah. Also, you don't have to be on that platform to load the next level. You just gotta press that switch.
Oh, that's really funny.
Lower the lever. Yeah, that's kind of the antithesis to why we are able to kind of beat this level in like 4 minutes, because we can just go to that area out of bounds where it takes us, and just hit the switch from the closed door, and so that's kind of why we're able to do it a much faster way. However, we're trying to find a much faster way, but currently that is the fastest way. Also, oh no. Okay, this is another hard trick. It's not as stressful. However, this one is decently hard because we're trying to land on this very precise strip of the out of bounds area. So like we have to land on it, make sure we don't clip in bounds, which I've been doing. It's very hard. At least I'm not falling to my death out of bounds, because that is a much worse thing, because I would have to load the entire level again. But yeah, this was one of the most... I'm gonna test this out. It might work. It's very weird. Come on. No. Okay.
Aw.
So yeah, out of bounds is very weird. Some things let you walk on them. Some of the things do not let you walk on them, and they're just there. But yeah, that was kind of unfortunate, but it's okay. Things happen. Let's try that one more time. This saves a lot of time. So no matter how many times or how many tries it takes, it's going to be worth it, because I'll explain it once we get it. Okay. Go. Awesome. There we go.
Nice.
That's what it should look
Very
like.
nice.
So basically, what this does is this is the final area, but also the beginning area of this level. And so, since we entered it the wrong way, everything's unloaded. And you know what that means? Once we get up here, this is where the level exit is. However, there would normally be doors that block it at the beginning, but we're just able to completely skip that, since they're not loaded. And so we're just able to go into the next level that quickly. That saves around like 7 minutes. The unfortunate downside to doing this is we now don't have a very useful tool called the grapple gun, which allows us to kind of get through a lot of hazards really quickly. So it's now our goal currently to, if we ever witness something that we need the grapple for, we need to just find a way to get through it. And so one of those obstacles that I was talking about is actually in this next room, because after I killed this guy, this is the glue food processor I was talking about early in the run. I'm just gonna not worry about him, because, you know, he's just gonna make our lives much worse. So we're just gonna kill him. But yep, there's now fire everywhere. So the way we solve this is we get up to here, go all the way up here, just like that, fall, and just hover over the fire, making sure we don't fall. There are fire extinguishers here that will just try to light us on fire. They're the complete opposite of what a fire extinguisher is. I did not hit the switch. It's okay. I'll just enter through here. Oh, okay. No. So you thought that was cool. Let's do that one more time. Let's cross the fire. Alright. Sometimes those flamethrowers are really annoying, and so that's why I was like, okay. They were at some point going to do something weird, and they did. Okay. There we go. Awesome. So, another annoying enemy that's coming up are these guys. These guys are the CD players. They're heavy melee. Basically, they have saws that they're going to try to hit us with. And so we're just trying to avoid them. That's one down. Alright. And these guys deal a lot of damage to us, and so trying to avoid their attacks is very ideal. Ooh, I'm gonna get an ammo upgrade. I think now's a good time. That's death. Yeah, this is a great time to showcase what these kiosks are very useful for. So we're gonna go into this ammo. Let's get an immediate upgrade. And then these guys only take 5 hits with our plasma gun, which is very helpful to know since I can just count how many hits they need. Since I've killed those guys, some speakers will be coming out of this area. Normally, in the old route, before we implemented that skip from the previous level, we would just have the grapple gun, grapple one of those guys, and just immediately go to this room. However, we had to do some platforming to get to this point. So one more glitch introduction for now. Basically, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be doing a glitch called battery duplication. Hopefully, I get it. Sometimes it decides to work, sometimes it doesn't. So you line up a battery right here. Make sure these guys do not hit you that much because they deal a lot of damage. You grab the battery, just like that. Got it. What that does is it basically... the battery will be pulled into that little area where you need to put it in, and then since you're kind of having a magnetic pull on it, it will pull it out for a second and then go immediately back in, which counts as having another battery going inside of it. And so it saves us from going inside of that area that has the other one. But yeah, I would say in a old route that this would be a great time for anything to say. However, since this level coming up is an auto scroller, but we have discovered a glitch in January that actually skips this auto scroller. Thank you. This auto scroller, we're inside this low area. This is where we're going to be inside of a washing machine. We're watching the actual production of a washing machine. And so it's a very long section of the game. It's like, again, 2 minutes of just trying to avoid things. And if you do die at any point, which knowing this probably we'll see. This out of bounds is very difficult sometimes. Oh, got it. Perfect. If you die at any point in this level, it just immediately resets you to the beginning of that intro cutscene of this level. So it wastes a lot of time. Thankfully, I got this first try. This trick is another one that's like kind of inconsistent because there's like a kind of wall thing that's like moving through that like donut of the level, and so if you get caught on that wall, it will just push you it'll like just push you like to like out like nowhere. It'll like push you like very far, and you just have to restart the level. But yeah, now would be a great time to, if there's anything to say, because this is just more out of bounds that don't need to be
Well,
explained.
I have a bit of a devious idea for a donation train, perhaps.
Okay.
Pet the cat donations for that viewfinder run. I am learning so much about this really mildly cursed license game that we're playing on stream right now. I would love to hear everybody's favorite cursed license game. More cursed the better. Tell me about what makes it so special.
Yes.
Both maybe positive or negative in your donation comments. I want to hear about all the license games I have no idea about, but I should because they would enlighten my life. Please go ahead and send in donations for Little Warriors using !donate in chat. And as a quick reminder about what we're doing here, what we are raising money for, Little Warriors is a national charitable organization focused on the awareness, prevention, and treatment of child sexual abuse. They also advocate on behalf of and with child sexual abuse survivors. For more information, visit littlewarriors.ca or type !info in chat. We can talk about cursed license games for good, okay? Let's go ahead and pet some cats. Let's donate to Little Warriors! !donate.
Sure about that, Darwin. Could be too
Yep.
dangerous. You might not have enough time to get out of there. You'll need a speedy
I think my personal favorite. Ooh, that's a hard one.
I
feel
have
like
some,
really
but I'm
thinking
only
about
going to talk about them if chat donates. Especially because I want to see if chat donates for something I'm thinking
Yeah,
about.
that's a good
right
idea.
now.
Does Pepsi Man count?
Pepsi Man. Maybe. I think. Chat, you can donate and tell us if it counts.
As you can see, those are the oil version of the food processors I was also talking about. With that in mind, this is a new out of bounds. This is the most recent discovery we've had in the game. In like late February, we can just do an out of bounds that easily, and this skips like a good portion of the level. The premise of this level, oh, that is decently low. Okay, I've never been that low. The premise of this level is we have to activate these turbines to overheat the this central generator of the entire factory, and so we skipped the first one doing that glitch, and we're immediately going into the final one, which is the third one. And so it's actually, this is the second one. Sorry, I'm very hopeful that we find one that skips the third one or skips the second one. But yeah, we're going to the second one to basically, oh no, this is the third one. I don't remember this level. This level is very easy. That's what I'm trying to say. This level is a very de-stressed level after what we witnessed in this entire chapter. Because there's nothing that can really ruin the run per se. It's just like, if you die at any point, it's like, okay, that's just a 20 to like 10-second time loss. It's not that bad. I sometimes forget the route, especially since I run every single category of this game. There are 4 categories that we have on the speedrun.com. We have this category, which is the any percent. We have 100%, which is my main category of this game. And then we have any percent glitchless and 100% glitchless, and then the gunless category. And so I'm very used to running 100%. Where we kind of can't use that glitch since there are things in the way that kind of we have to collect. But that's the end of this level. These little things come out. The cooling system, that's what it is. We normally would have to destroy them if we were playing this game for the first time. However, if we do a Death Warp here, we're able to kind of use that pipe out of bounds glitch one more time here to kind of unload the final door, and we're just able to like walk to the final exit of the level. Okay, yep, G-force. Yep, that's G-force. It loaded the other area and unloaded, and then it loaded again. That's kind of why it had like that buffer and the black screen. It's loading a lot of levels and all that. But yeah, that's the end of the chapter. The facility is now basically destroyed. So no more appliances are getting out. And so now our goal is to find Saber. And so after this RDB section, what we're going to be basically going into, if you thought this game was already ridiculous, we are going into the FBI headquarters to find Saber. So we're just going to be waiting around. If our host has anything to say, again,
you're asking me to drive some donation parts, perhaps, for
really
Little Warriors? I can do that. I can totally do that. I would like to do that by talking a little bit about Prevent-A-Thon. So we have a long history here at Prevent-A-Thon. This is our 5th event, and we have just raised over $10,000 milestone out of our entire existence, which is incredibly cool. And Prevent-A-Thon, you can even enjoy in additional languages. We are joined by Japanese Restream, which is a channel dedicated to restreaming RTA events such as GDQ and RPGLB in Japanese. You can view their coverage of this event by going to twitch.tv/Japanese Restream or typing !Restream in chat. As we keep going, we keep adding on cool stuff to Prevent-A-Thon, keep making the events better and better each time. And we'd love to keep raising more money each time. You might have noticed in the little omnibar at the bottom of the screen that we have Prevent-A-Thon 4 as a big milestone. That was our most recent event, and it is so far our donations leader. We would absolutely love to surpass that. So chat, can we at least first, we gotta take steps at a time, right? Can we first get to $2.4 thousand on the marathon? And I would love to challenge chat to do that by the end of this run. You got about 40 minutes. I think you can do that. I'm doing the math. It's about $20. So what do we think? How many per minute is that? Like about half? A half a dollar a minute? I think we can do that. I think we can totally do that. Yeah. And get some pet vacates in the process. Remember to click that incentive when you donate. I really want to see us pet those cats. We do not have any cat pets yet. I would love to see some cat pets. Tell me about your favorite licensed game. Tell me about your cats. Well, this is happening on screen. This is incredible. Come on, donate for this. Donate for this, chat. Whatever's happening on the GeForce. This game is so silly. It's fantastic. And Ad is wrangling it very well. And yes, please donate, Little Warriors. We would absolutely love to see those donations come in so we can pet that Kate once Viewfinder starts, and that is the run after this run, so y'all don't have a whole lot of time to get your donations in to go ahead and pet Kate when we start that run. So let's go ahead and get some donations in. Thank you so much.
I agree. Perfect timing too. Nice. Yeah, so now we're done with the RDB, sadly. We're now going to be entering the FBI headquarters. A lot of glitches that skip like the majority of the levels. There's only one level we literally played through the entire thing, which is kind of really funny. But yeah, I didn't mention that there are a lot of versions of this game. So I'm playing on the PC version, which is the current optimal version to run the game on. However, there are other versions. There is a PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation Portable version. There's a Nintendo Wii version, an Xbox 360 version, and a Nintendo DS version. Which I actually have every version of them right here. If you could tell, I like this game a lot. Maybe, I don't know. I totally don't have 2,500 hours in this game. I promise, it's okay. I like running this game, that's why. Alright, so what we're basically doing is we're waiting around to kind of destroy those alarm clocks, making sure no more spawn. So we're going to be doing it out of bounds here. And what it entails is we have to land into that area. And so we have any alarm clocks there. They can basically explode on near us and just cause damage. And if we take damage, we lose Mooch. And so what that does basically is Mooch just it will be playing as Darwin, so this out of bounds wouldn't work. And this is the only out of bounds in the level or in the game that the loading zone could be activated from Mooch. So that's why this out of bounds is very useful. But yep, now we're into the forensics lab. This one has another large skip coming up. This one is much harder than what we just saw. We have two precise things coming up. We have the first one in this little room, this frozen elevator, where we have to get on here, reach to the top of there. It's very precise because normally you would do this with a grapple, which we don't have. And I'll explain the other glitch when we get there. So firstly, we're gonna just make sure these guys are not in our way because they are just gonna be annoying and try to ruin our attempts at this. We're basically trying to get enough height to be able to grab that little ledge, and so I have to be very precise about this. So Just gotta focus for a bit. But yeah, as you can see, like Darwin is like sometimes not deciding to use the Electro Whip in time, just like that, and it's just not allowing him to grab some height, and so we have to like kind of balance it out perfectly to try to grab this ledge. It's like I said, this is very difficult to grab the perfect amount of height since we're barely able to grab onto this top of the elevator or ceiling. Yeah.
So tell me, how did you find this game? Were you just a big fan of the movie?
I actually owned the DS version of the game, and I just had it as a kid, and honestly, I've kept the cartridge until I no longer had a 3DS, and then around 2021 or so, I got into speedrunning the DS version. Only once. It's the current world record. No one runs the DS version. And so I was like, oh wow, I actually like this game's speedrun. Maybe I should buy the PC version and just play that and see how different that is. And then I was blown away at how much more fun this is. This one trick is not fun. The game overall is very fun. Please. And so I tried to speedrun it in 2021 and then it didn't work. That was also when we basically were beginning to discover glitches for this run. And the only real category people were running back then was either glitchless or the 80%, which basically only had like a few glitches. And then around 2024, like around July or so, I got into speedrunning the game again. And so basically what happened was I began getting interested in, oh, this glitch was really hard for me back then. Maybe I should actually learn it. And then I learned it. And I was like, I'm actually really good at this game in terms of movement. And so I want to speedrun it. Okay, if I don't get it soon, I'm just gonna load a different file, just for the sake of time. Because again, this is very precise. I have a practice thing within the game, which is made by the community, which loads at every single level without having to have it. Never mind, we're not loading it. Okay, there we go. We got it. All right, perfect. We made this thing for practicing, which loads every single level, including some dev-only rooms. And so basically what we're able to do is if we have a specific level we want to practice, we don't the old way before this was created was we would have to go into the game's files and kind of import a already made file. However, with this practice ROM practice code, we're able to just load it without having to do that, and it saves way more time in terms of practicing. And I can just, if I'm not feeling practicing this certain level right now, I want to come back to it, I can just decide to do a different level. I just got pushed and bounced. Okay. Gotta verify that the door is closed. Perfect. Yeah. So this glitch that I'm doing right now, it's another precise one. This is one of the hardest levels in the run currently. This out of bounds I'm doing here, I have to land on this precise strip, just like that, without clipping and bounds, first of all, or two, getting pushed by that door. And so, being able to do that, standing on that precise platform and landing into this area is decently hard. But trying to get to that little platform is way harder. But that's the end of this level. no matter what I did there, still saved a lot of time. So no matter how long that elevator thing took, it still saved time. It's still a massive skip. Awesome. So this level, the courtyard, is one of the shortest levels. Basically, we're just trying to get to the other side of the FBI building, and so we use a lot of the platforms here to get to that point. However, we kind of really don't need those platforms. We can just kind of traverse. I'm gonna land here. I don't have enough jetpack to get to that. Okay, make sure he cannot knock us down. Perfect. So yeah, we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna hopefully not get hit by these vacuums. Perfect. Awesome. So here is I think it's one of my most proudest things I've ever done. So this room itself is one of the most important glitches for gunless, and the way this was discovered is how I should start this. Was I was trying to do the first ever gunless attempt in like early February, and I was able to get through every single level but this level, because there's a flying enemy that we simply cannot get to without a gun. And so I spent around 2 hours on my stream trying to find a way to get to the end of the level, and just on a random time, ooh, this might work. It's okay if I don't get it, because I can at least get to the end. Yeah, okay. I can die, it's fine. We'll see what I wasn't able to kill with the gun. But I was able to basically discover this clip out of complete blue. I was just like messing around with that area that I was clipping out of bounds from, and it clipped me out of bounds, caught me completely off guard, and I was like, wait a minute, okay, we have an out of bounds now. Now it's just how do we get to the end of the level? Because as you saw, I tried to get to the end of the level and it was a really far distance away. And so trying to find that was like, oh, okay, I can't do this. I don't have the game knowledge of like where could I say and where can I not. And so I sent the clips to our glitch hunter, who like literally within the next 3 hours was able to discover a decent way to get to this door out of through the out of bounds. And I was like, oh my gosh, gunless is now possible. But yeah, so this is the phase that we cannot do gunless. Basically this vacuum right here cannot be shot down without a plasma gun, and so we basically could not reach him with gunless means. And so we were like, oh, okay, we have to find a different way to do this. But yeah. Yeah, this fight is pretty simple. It's just fighting enemies. It's actually the final phase.
No way. It can't be that good.
Alright.
Are those all flying vacuums? Oh.
Those are lamps. Yeah. They somehow have a way of like flying. I guess it makes sense.
Maybe the lampshades are making the blades rather.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah. Really awesome thing you can do with those. If they are carrying an enemy, which they usually are, something you can do is if you shoot them 3 to 4 times, what you're able to basically do. Oh wow, he hit me. Oh wow, that's not good. Please let me through the door. Okay. What can basically happen is if you shoot them down, it will drop the enemy and just insta kill it, no matter how much health. So specifically for those CDs or the enemy that we saw for a bit, the coffee machine, which have like 10 hits or 5 hits, it's the quickest way to kind of kill those enemies. But yeah. Okay, so here, one of the decently annoying rooms is coming up from the run. This whole level we're doing in mostly the entirety of it. So the first thing we have to do is we have to destroy this door with a laser. So we have to bring one of those holodiscs is what the game calls it, to go over here, to basically get the laser to shoot that door to open it. And then now we have to basically get a key card to open a door for the next area. And so trying to do this room really fast is really difficult sometimes, because there's a CD player in here. The flamethrower decides to not cooperate sometimes. So much RNG that is just sometimes out of our control. But yeah, we go into this area. There's our key card. It's frozen. Luckily, there are these like bombs that we can just like throw at the ice, and we just grab the key card that easily. Yep. Now we have to bring this flamethrower to us. Yeah, I expected that. Okay. Basically, we have to bring this flamethrower to where the keycard holder is, and so we have to basically try our best to like bring him here as fast as possible. It's not easy sometimes. It cooperated, thank you. So yeah, now we're in the next section of the level. So this is where the one of the glitches that we use to skip a bit of it is coming. So we have this little office area, or kind of like the lobby, I guess you would call it. We're basically going to be doing an out of bounds through one of those hologram things that will just push us out of bounds. So you'll see how we do that in a second. Since we don't have the grapple, we can't do it the fast way. We have to do it kind of like this. We have to go through this vent, hover, and then get up to here. Alright. So now that we're up here, this like upper balcony bridge area, we're gonna land all the way to here, fall in between, just like that. Hopefully I have enough height. Looks decent. I should be fine. Perfect. Just like that. We skipped a key card, basically. That
Very
door
nice.
is locked by a key card, so we just skipped that entirely. And this door is also not loaded, so we're just able to walk through it. But yep. So this is the final area. This is the longest area of the entire game, because there's so much we have to do. Basically, we have to upload our IR equipment for us to find Saber. So we have to first destroy that character, that satellite. Activate this flamethrower. Wait a bit, because there are actually irons over there that are waiting to just ruin our day. So once I see that he is activated, I try to kill one, just so that this glitch is easier. I do that ice. Hopefully that melts it. Perfect. And I try to lower my health to a decent amount. And hopefully it... There we go. Skip the cutscene. So if you die at the right time, you can skip that cutscene. And so we're just able to basically not watch a cutscene that shows like, oh, you've just opened this door now. But yeah. This is what I was talking about with the food processors being annoying. They knocked me mid-air, and so we kind of don't want that to happen sometimes. But yeah, that's the end of this level.
Again, I know nothing of the story. How does the villain know that guinea pigs are the ones thwarting his
just
plan
like
to
that.
begin with?
Yes.
Darwin, good work. Saber is located in one of
I don't know, honestly. The reason I'm saying I don't know, because that's, it kind of gets explained, later in the game. I am not high enough. Okay. It did not give me a boost for some reason, so I'm gonna go back to that area and do that again. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it right now. It's kind of a plot twist, but yeah. But yeah, we're gonna go here. But yeah, basically Yanshu, or the antagonist, is trying their best to basically try to stop our efforts as much as they can. Oh, okay. Wait. Oh my god. Okay. That's okay. Sorry, that caught me off guard. Basically what just happened and that I am kind of reacting to was I got a floor clip and then fall through. I don't know what you would really call it, but basically I got a refill of my jetpack after I used it. And still was able to stay out of bounds. And that is like a really hard thing to do, and I somehow did it accidentally. Also, that's a death warp. We're at the beginning of the level. We just need to get that golden disc. Oh, okay, yep. So, okay, that's a great time to talk about that too. So, since it's a 2009 game, it's not perfect. If you click the Windows key at any moment of your run, it'll just minimize it completely.
What?
And so it like, it's such a weird thing it does. So that's what that was. Hope you enjoyed my Mario Galaxy background for a bit.
It's very lovely.
Yeah, the game is very, very, very good. Yeah, we're just able to entirely skip this entire level. Again, FBI is the level that we just like don't get any of the story because we just skip so much of it. But yeah, we're melting this ice. And then we're going to be going up to Saber's elevator to tell him that he needs to get out of the building as soon as possible. So yeah, just shooting these little ice things with our new weapon, the flamethrower. Gotta make sure I'm going upward. Sometimes, since you're in this like view, you actually do not know where you're going sometimes. Like the camera like kind of lies to you for a bit. So I have to make sure I'm actually going upwards and not actually going down. Yep, that's the end of this level. We're gonna watch this little cutscene that really is kind of concerning about, like, in terms of story, it's concerning of what's happening.
Mr. Saber, can you hear me? You must head to the ground. Mr. Saber, don't listen.
I'm concerned for the entire world that this game takes place in, to be honest, so.
No, Mr. Saber, trust
Yeah,
me.
valid.
Yanshu speaking.
I'm also
I have
concerned personally that we have not gotten any cat pets unlocked yet. Chat, I want to at least one cat pet by the end of this run. Can we please do it? Exclamation mark donate. I'm staring at that number. It is so close to 2.4K. Can we get over that? Can we get at least one cat pet? It's only 5 CAD per cat pet. Exclamation mark rate in chat to find out what that 5 CAD means for you as well. And remember to click that incentive when you donate if you'd like to give us a cat pet for CAIT in Viewfinder, which is coming up right after this run, so you do not have a ton of time to get your pets in so that we can start that run out with a pet.
I'm glad you clarified, because I was about ready to go over and pet my cat.
Do that in real life too if you'd like. That's a great idea.
All right. Yeah. So now this is the final level of the FBI chapter. So yeah, so Saber listened to Yanshu, who actually used our voice to like kind of tell him to go to the roof, and so now he's trapped, and now it's our goal to save him. And so right now it's a massive enemy rush of, oh wow, there's so many enemies we have to like destroy right now. It's, how are we going to be able to do this? Thankfully it's not that bad. Just gotta mainly knock down this ice cooler, because the ice cooler can freeze us and will make it easy for these waffle irons to just attack us. And the waffle irons deal a lot of damage, if it wasn't pretty obvious with their design of their teeth.
Many attacking appliances. I'm surprised that our jetpack hasn't started to attack us.
Alright, so that's the first phase, I believe. It should be all dead. Yep. Yes, I got it. Awesome. Okay, so that's a really precise thing to do. So I was talking about how these lamps can be killed, or the lamps can kill the enemies that they carry, and so there are two computers that spawn there. However, as you probably saw, I was able to kill both of them instantly. The reason I was able to do that is because, and the reason why that's decently precise is because there's a cutscene that kind of like shows that they're landing, and so we're unable to like kind of shoot him from if he like is over here and kill him in time. And so it's really precise to kill him if he's like up there, or we try to kill him up there, so then we're able to kill both of the computers. I got it. That's like the second time I've ever gotten it.
Very nice.
Yep, 2 more phases left. This is the most annoying phase in my opinion because it's just the headphones and then the alarm clocks, which the alarm clocks are just relentless sometimes. But yeah. And then the flamethrower can melt ice and also deal damage, and so we're using that to our advantage right now. I don't want to use all my flamethrower as of now because we still need it for a couple of things coming up. But yeah, this is the final phase. 2 microwaves. And the way you kill these microwaves is these computer chips that spawn, they'll suck them up and basically heat them up into the red ones, and the red ones shoot or they, when you kill them, they give you the bombs, and so we throw the bombs inside of the microwaves, and that's how you destroy them. But yeah, that's the end of this fight. Also, an effect of killing the computers fast is an extra computer spawns for no reason. We don't have to kill it, it's just there, permanently stuck there. But yeah, that's the end of this. Here's an interesting cutscene that will kind of show us where we have to go next after saving Saber.
Not the way it was supposed to be. Yanshu twisted everything. How do we stop it? Only by destroying the Saber-Sense satellite communications at my complex. And that will stop Saber-Sense worldwide? Yes. Well, where are you? Don't worry. You just
This guy has no idea he's talking to a hamster, does he?
Nope.
Time to rendezvous and finish Saber-Sense off once and for all.
But yep.
Just beautiful.
Yep. So now it's our goal to completely stop this chaos that's happening. Just make sure that Yanshu is stopped. Make sure that everything is back into what it originally was before any of this happened. So yeah, we snuck back into Saber's little complex to stop the chaos that is happening through the satellites. So our goal for now is to basically try to get to the source of it as fast as possible. So yeah, this next level is another annoying level because there are a lot of enemies here, and we can do a skip here, but we have, just like that, perfect. There's this enemy that will just shoot oil at you, and there are these fans that you cannot hit unless you shoot them with your gun or any other type of weapon that's not a electro whip. And then also, there we go, perfect. There are those other food processors trying to absolutely ruin your day. I got both of them relatively quickly. That's really fast. And what we're able to do is, this is the end of the level. There's normally a wall that blocks you there, but if you activate Mooch and you just like fly backwards, you'll just the wall doesn't really exist anymore, and you're just able to go through it. And so that's why we're able to just get through this level fast. I'm gonna get a very fast ammo refill, just because the next levels coming up, we'll need to have some ammo in our capacity. Alright, so we're gonna watch another cutscene. This cutscene isn't really significant if in any percent for the reason of the story, because we kind of skipped the level that the scientists get introduced in. But basically, we already met the scientists, and they're here to help us. That's the basic summary.
You know who else is here to help us? We've got 20 CAD from Kanban Meow, who says all the cat pets. And that indeed did go towards our Pet the Cat incentive for Viewfinder. So that means we have quadrupled our amount of pets. Well, not really. That's not how math works, but that's fine. We have 4 cat pets for Kate coming up for Viewfinder. That is so exciting. And you can add onto that even more cat pets if you donate 5 CAD or more and apply that to the incentive when you donate. !donate in chat. Thank you so much for your generosity. And that did did get us over 2.4k by the end of this run. Thank you for meeting my challenge, chat. I appreciate that very much. Can we get even more going? Can we get to 2.45 by, you know, the end of this run, or maybe by Viewfinder? Let's do it.
Awesome.
Cannot say enough. Always more cat pets.
All the cat pets, all the cat pets.
Very true. All the cats. Ooh, okay. There we go. So, okay, I am absolutely not having a good time with these enemies. Okay, there we go. Basically, we have to activate this little thing to like help us raise and open the next door. It's a cutscene, and so if we're able to die when we're activating it, what would basically happen is it would kind of let us do this whole thing early and not having to worry about those satellites. But it's a very hard thing to do, from going from you're activating a lever to trying to get to the depth of the lasers. So I wasn't able to get it, unfortunately, but it's okay. Like I said, it's a hard thing to do, especially with how many glitches we've already done so far. So yeah, here we're just gonna kill some basic enemies, just like that. And then once we do, we're able to just get to the go to the store to get the ski card. But there's actually a trap. We actually fall down here, and then now we have to find a different way to get out. So we're gonna activate this. Destroy this satellite specifically, since this is the way out. I am very surprised that I didn't destroy the satellite. But yeah, go here. And we're gonna do a little bit of a precise platform here, some platforming. Kind of use the right time of a boost to land to this area, since this area is still technically loaded. Go out of bounds. And this is the final elevator for the level. We'll wait for this switch to load, wait for the text to, or the ending text to happen, and now we have activated what we need to have ready for the final cutscene to play for this level. So, just gonna go in here just for fun. But yeah, as you can see, Yanshu is realizing that we are very close to the actual satellite to completely stop whatever he's doing, and so he is pulling out every single thing from their tool belt to just completely try to destroy us in our tracks. Yep, we have 3 more levels left in the run. Oh, awesome. That's not the right code. Try that again. So, yeah, there are 2 of these types of code things. There are 2 in the run, or 2 in the game. We only do 1 in the run, since we kind of did a massive skip to skip that. That was actually one of the discoveries that I found that was helpful for a bit until we discovered a larger skip overall. We were able to skip that code entry for a different level, but now it's obsolete, unfortunately. But yep, as you saw, I did another power core duplication. Since we need to do 3, we're gonna do this precise movement. I need to make sure I do that. Perfect. Get this power core. We're in here pretty early, since we would have to have a nano hacker, which is a different weapon we can use to basically use this vacuum to launch us to that area. However, if we kind of make sure the motion sensor doesn't work for a bit, we're able to kind of just get to that area much quicker. And yeah, it's the final power core that needs to be going in there. And we're now going to be going to the final level as Darwin. So yeah, if you have anything to say, like last minute things, that would be a great time.
Yeah, I just want to appreciate every donation towards Little Warriors, but we also not only appreciate you donating, but we appreciate you spreading the word of the worthy cause. If you are on social media, you can also help out by sharing our social media posts and getting the word out about this event and Little Warriors. Type !socials in chat to get links to Prevent-A-Thon social media. And not only are there awesome posts mentioning what runs are coming up, go live, great stuff like that. But there's also clips. We've got a huge amount of clips from this marathon because we actually have a whole role dedicated to it now behind the scenes. If you'd like to volunteer with us, by the way, you can type !Discord in chat to get an invitation link to our Discord and maybe volunteer with us next event. It's pretty awesome. I can say that from experience. But yeah, we've got all sorts of fun clips on socials. We've got a great community Discord. Come hang out with us.
So yeah, this is the final level of, not the true final level, but this is a final level for Darwin at least. Basically what we're doing is we have to now fully destroy this satellite from working, and so our first goal is to basically take out those power cores to lower that satellite to just be able for us to be to get to the top of it. And so that's what we're currently doing, and that allows us to get access to the actual satellite itself, which we'll need to get access to fully destroy it. So yep, just like that. Perfect. And then we're gonna do one more power core right here. Please let. Okay, I've never seen that. I immediately got killed by the fan. Usually it takes 3 hits of a fan to kill you, but okay. But yeah, now we have lowered, as you can see right here. And what we're going to basically be doing is, normally there would be a long series of things you would do to kind of get to the top of the satellite up there where that kind of ray is happening. But we're going to completely ignore that, and we're going to do some very precise platforming to kind of help us get to destroy those little things that are powering that little satellite. Not little, it's decently big. It's literally probably the size of, I don't know, it's pretty big. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, get in there very quickly. That is the cutscene of like, oh, you need to do this, and there's a lot of enemies. Manage that. But we're not doing that since we're in this low area early. What we're able to do from here is we're not able to climb those little pipes since they're technically not activated yet, but we're able to shoot those pylons very precisely through here. So that's the first 2. We destroy the first 2 because we cannot reach the last one. I personally like to destroy these irons because they're like shots are like they target you, and so like they basically just like wherever you are they will go for you. And so I'm just trying to get them out of the way so then they don't knock me out of midair. Or, that can happen too. I just fall to my death. It's okay. Thankfully, the spot we need to go to is literally right here. Okay. Now... I got it. Yes.
Wow.
Perfect.
Nice.
So, yep, that's basically the end of the Darwin section. There's one more level left. Around like a minute. Okay, awesome. Okay, yeah, awesome. Doodle, you were wondering about who is Yanshu, and this is the biggest plot twist of the entire movie and game. Is if you remember Speckles, who's a mole on the G-Force team, that is Yanshu.
I was about ready to guess it was another hamster or guinea pig.
Yeah, still someone on our team trying to work against us.
I like the ambiguity of mole, figurative and literal.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, we go out of bounds here. I am still under FPS. All right, perfect. So yeah, now we're out of bounds. We're inside of this thing called Cluster Storm. It's basically a massive thing of every single appliance out there, with the satellite and Yanshu being the control of it. And so we have to go inside of the Cluster Storm to basically kind of destroy it. And so our goal is to put in 4 power cores with Mooch to basically make sure that we fully stop Yanshu, or Speckles, since I just got revealed. So yeah, as you can see, I'm slowing down time since these explosives that are flying around, they basically will destroy the power cores. And so I destroy the first two coming out of there, but then once I'm on here, the third one is when I kind of just ignore them at that point. But yeah, time is coming up very soon, in like probably 10 seconds or so. So yep. So yep, power core is here, and time is coming up in 3, 2, 1,
Gee.
and time.
GG!
Awesome. Yeah, that is G-Force. Very hectic game. Yeah, so there's a final cutscene that I will let play out while I talk about everything else. Yeah, so I'm very happy with the time. It looks like I got a 118 or something, which is really good.
118.22.
The last time I ran G-Force, perfect. Yeah, that's really good. That's like 4 minutes from estimate or something. I forget. That's really good. The last time I ran G-Force any percent was on a hotfix in late January. It was immediately after AGDQ, and I got a like 130, like 132 or something. As you can clearly tell, that is a 118 is way faster than that. And that's just because of all the things we've discovered with literally within the hotfix. From that hotfix to late February, we discovered literally around like 10 to 20 minutes worth of time save. It's amazing. But yeah, I would like to give some shout outs to the GeForce community and just the Eurocom community in general, because we're a very welcoming community. And all the glitches in this game were completely like found by one person, and that person's Leonti. Just all the glitches in this game were mainly all discovered by one person, and that's truly amazing. Yeah, I also want to shout out the Prevent-A-Thon team of runners, volunteers, anyone who's involved. Y'all are amazing. Yeah, you can find me on twitch.tv/ad129sr. I stream this game occasionally. I stream many classics like Banjo-Tooie, like you saw yesterday at the marathon, and many others. I also do music nights where I just play video game music for fun on stream. A lot of other stuff like that. I have a Blue Sky at ad129.bluesky.social. But yeah, if our commentator would like to shout themselves out.
Just Doodleplex. Wherever you find the word Doodleplex, that's usually me, and that's all there is to it.
Awesome. Yeah, that's GeForce. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for that wonderful run of GeForce. That was so much fun to watch. So many skips, so many tricks, so many guinea pigs. A great time, and thank you so much for being here.